It's Thursday, September 20th. The Union Cabinet on Wednesday approved an ordinance making triple talaq a punishable offence. The government took the ordinance route after failing to get the Muslim Women Protection of Rights on Marriage Bill 2017 passed in Parliament. What is an ordinance? An ordinance is like an executive order. Its purpose is to allow a government to take legislative action, or in other words, bring a law into force if circumstances make it necessary to do so when Parliament is not in session. Ordinances have to be approved by the Parliament within 6 weeks of reassembling. In this case, Law Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad said the practice of triple talaq was continuing despite the Supreme Court judgment last year declaring the practice illegal, and alleged that politics was holding up the bill's passage.
What is important is that the instance of triple talaq continues unabated, in spite of the Supreme Court having annulled it, in spite of the passage of the bill by the Lok Sabha and the bill pending in the Rajya Sabha.
Certain provisions in the proposed law in its original form were objected to by members of the opposition. 3 provisions have been amended. 1. Now an FIR against the husband can only be lodged by the wife or a close relative. 2. The offence has been made compoundable, which means there is a provision to withdraw the case if the complainant chooses to, and a magistrate can use his or her powers to settle the dispute. 3. The accused can seek bail before a magistrate before the commencement of trial. Earlier this month, when a young couple, Pranay and Amrita, were returning from hospital after a prenatal checkup in Telangana's Nalgonda district, Pranay was hacked to death with a machete. Amrita's father, Maruti Rao, the police say was incensed that his daughter had married a Dalit. He allegedly paid the assailants 1 crore rupees. Maruti Rao is an influential businessman in Miryalguda town of Nalgonda and is well networked with local politicians. On Tuesday, Rao and 5 others were arrested. One of them is Rao's friend and local Congress leader Abdul Karim. Amrita is determined to bring her husband's killers, including, she says, her father, to justice, and has started a campaign on social media to keep the pressure on investigators. It is a stand reminiscent of the one taken by another young woman, Kausalya, in Tamil Nadu. Kausalya, whose husband Shankar, a Dalit, was hacked to death by assailants hired by her parents, stood steadfast and testified in court. Her testimony was crucial in securing convictions. Her father was among those sentenced to death by a trial court last year. In this case, the superintendent of police for Nalgonda told the News Minute, no complaints or petitions were filed with the police, else we would have given police protection to the couple. But even in cases where couples seek police protection, very often the threats are seen as not credible or are dismissed as family matter. In fact, a Law Commission-sponsored study a few years ago had revealed that over a period of 4 years, out of 560 couples who were threatened and sought state protection, 121 individuals were killed. The National Crime Records Bureau only started recording cases of so-called honor killing as a separate category from 2014. Here is what numbers recorded since tell us there was a 792% increase in such crimes within a year. The Law Commission had in 2012 recommended the enactment of a law and prepared a draft entitled Prohibition of Interference with the Freedom of Matrimonial Alliances Bill. The proposed law was aimed at curbing caste councils that endanger the life and liberty of young persons marrying or intending to marry according to their wishes. Among others, a specific section was proposed to empower the district magistrate or the SDM to take preventive measures, and a further obligation is cast on them to take note of the information laid before them by the marrying couple or their family members and to extend necessary protection to them. The officials, it was proposed, are to be made accountable for the failure or omission on their part to take necessary steps to prevent either the unlawful assembly of caste panchayats or caste councils or to give protection to the targeted couple. In March this year, the Supreme Court had laid down guidelines to protect interfaith and intercaste marriages. The court held that these remedial, preventive, and punitive measures will hold field till the legislature brings a law. The Islamabad High Court on Wednesday suspended jail terms of former Pakistan Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif, his daughter, and son-in-law. The High Court granted the relief while hearing appeals by the Sharifs against the verdict of an anti-corruption court. The court had sentenced the former Prime Minister to 10 years in jail in July for owning 4 luxury flats in Avonfield House in London, purchases made allegedly beyond known sources of income. Sharif maintains the charges are politically motivated, and his supporters claim the convictions were a result of the PMLN leaders falling out with Pakistan's powerful army. Last year, the Pakistan Supreme Court had disqualified Sharif under a constitutional provision which measures honesty and truthfulness, basically decides on eligibility of an individual to hold public office. Described as the most intense storm to hit Hong Kong since records began, videos of Typhoon Mangkhut wreaking havoc in Hong Kong and parts of the southern coast of China have been posted online by many citizens. In this video posted by Matt Bossons, the glass facade of the Shenzhen hotel lobby can be seen being breached. The economic impact of Typhoon Mangkhut, the Straits Times reports, is expected to be significantly higher than Typhoon Hatu last year. China evacuated millions of people from its southern towns and cities. Earlier, Typhoon Mangkhut triggered a landslide in the Philippines, destroying hundreds of homes. More than 100 people are reported dead in that country. And finally, super pumped to join the Three Stripes family, tweeted Hima Das, India's breakout star in athletics, after being signed on as the new brand ambassador of Adidas India. India's first gold medalist in a track event at the IAAF World Under-20 Championships and winner of the silver medal in the 400 meters at the recently concluded Asian Games in Jakarta, Das will reportedly receive an annual endorsement fee of between 10 and 15 lakh rupees, along with racing and training brand merchandise. The 18-year-old from Assam, who will receive her Arjuna Award next week, is sure to create history. That's it for today, folks. We'll be back tomorrow.